And let me know down below if you can hear me, because if we can't, then we got 50% of this little show going. But first of all, tell me, how are you lovely, lovely, sexy looking people doing? And God, did I miss you. God, did I miss you. I mean, I can't even tell you. Going live, I don't know. You know, it doesn't matter if we have 5 people watching, if we have 2 people, if it's just me, you, and me, panels, if it's just me and you, Betty, if it's just me, I'm happy Space Cowboy is here. And I can see my soul brother Shahid Amidi is here. I mean, what else can I say? There is just, I love all of you. I love all of you so much. And I mean, this is for all of you. I mean, I gotta say, today, of course, it's the first stream in a long time, right? So we are gonna talk about what we need to talk about. But I just wanna, missed you so much. So it is gonna be a little bit of a private stream. But you know what? You know what? These streams, they are gonna be, as you know, only for the sexy looking people, but it's for you and me. It is really the way that I keep contact with you. I'm just so happy Blockchain Bully is here. I'm so happy Raymond is here too. And we got Camps and we got Crypto Fanatic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Chaotic Rage is in the house. And I like, we got Pop Smoke, Real, Steve Webb is here. Steve, you were early today, right? And we got Stealth Dan 07. Where have you been? Where have you been? Anyway, so today, of course, it's going to be a little bit different. It is going to be different, but we are, you know, I never make a stream if I can't provide you some kind of value, right? We know that. But I just have to say, God, I've been missing you. So I am going to go, you know, I'm going to be going over a little bit of news, 10, 15 minutes today. And then I'm going to be talking a little bit about me, you know, about my private life. What a shit show that's been. Really, my private life has been a real shit show. But you know why I always put these... No, I'm also testing the few scenes because I need to see which ones are working or not. So we can see the shit list didn't really work. So in the end, I'm gonna share a little bit where I am now. But God, have I been missing you? I mean, wow. But we need to start. What are we going to talk about it today? Well, we are, of course, as always, going to look a little bit at the level of market manipulation. But in the broader sense of things, right? Because we haven't been really speaking for 3 weeks, and it looks like the main topic, of course, as we know today, is Goldman Sachs 12,000. I mean, you and I, we know we've been talking about that for a long time, right? And we're going to continue to keep talking about Bitcoin 12,000, because what has happened now is that when Goldman Sachs says, it's almost like, you know, that game Simon Says. Well, Simon says, jump. Simon says, whatever, 12,000 BTC. Well, that's what we're going to see. Anyway, I think we need to get this little show started. But first of all, you know that this stream is only for the sexy looking people.
This dance ain't for everybody. Only the sexy people.
I know I shouldn't do so many translations, but you know, I like him. Anyway, we need to start. And I believe it goes a little something like this. I want to welcome you to Crypto Never Sleeps, first time live from NSC. In case you're new to this channel, you want to stay on top of the crypto world, but then please hit like, smash, and subscribe so that you can be notified every time we upload new videos, so that you can, and this is so important to me, protect your wealth, preserve your wealth, and ultimately increase your wealth. My name is Nico Arachi, and I am number one.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's young, he's handsome, he's a prophet, he's a poet. They know it. I must be the greatest. I told the world.
And first things first, right? We gotta go. See if this works. Nope, it doesn't. So we go. So here we are. What are we looking at? We are looking at the 4 big coins, some big coins, right? And we are looking at, we can see BTC at 19,000, down 3.1% today. We can see Ethereum has been battered, right? Let's just go down here in the right corner and see DOT at $6.31, right? All down. And we got here Cardano. Actually, Cardano has been holding up, I would say, almost surprisingly well. Now, it would, I would almost say, of course, when in the following days, we are going to be looking, of course, much more at the individual coins. Today we don't really have the time for that, and so let's just take it for what it is and go in and maybe just have a little bit bigger look at Bitcoin, because going in and looking all of them is not for today. We will do it this week. We'll pick up every single day, hopefully. Shouldn't promise too much. But since this stream, we also have to celebrate a little bit, right? I mean, you cannot imagine how hard it was to get the studio up and running and getting this being live again. It was so much easier in Ukraine, actually. Okay, but that's in the end. So let's go in here and look at BTC, because at the end of the day, this is what we really want to look at. Now, I have been trying, to keep you updated with these little charts once in a while. And I mean, I like to be a modest man. There are times to be modest and there are times not to be modest. But when it comes to crypto, I am the fucking best. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I will tell you a little secret. It comes into geopolitics. If you understand geopolitics, if you understand geopolitics, then you understand this nonsense. That is really how simple it is. Anyway, we are seeing, right? So what do we have Monday today, right? Now, it will always be interesting to see. So Monday, we already got a good volume, right? We still got another 6 days to go. I mean, volume has been picking up, and that's, of course, going to play a big factor. But we're looking, of course, at the weekly. We're looking at the 7-day moving average. Now, if we go in back since, we can go in, there's not so much to say about this 7-day moving average, except because there's a reason why I've been talking about it so much, because you clearly see, let's go back to November 2021. We can see when we are below it, we're below. We might go, even here when we go up above, right? We actually not. It's an inter-week, right? So we're still below it, and then we're below it, and we're below it, we're below it. Here we close above the 7-day moving average. Then we have a positive week. We go down, we do kissy, and then next week we break through. And then we down, always. Now, how wide and how far we dig down once we are below the 7-day moving average. And I gotta say, guys, let's have a moment together. Who on earth would have thought that this 7-day moving average shit here should have, that's it, right? And you can't see my hands, right? Now they're here, now they're not. Now they're here, now they're not. Anyway, we're going to fix that till tomorrow so you can see all of me. But but on the other hand, when we look at this, you need to appreciate the simplicity of it, right? Things don't have to be so difficult. They do not have to be so difficult. Anyway, so let's look further. So we see all the time we have been below the 7-day moving average. Now, I do understand that sometimes we go further below. Sometimes we, like here, we spike up, but we haven't had many spikes above. So good old-fashioned technical analysis, right, is that right now we are again below. And as long as we stay below the 7-day moving average, we ain't doing nothing. Why should we? Right? It's been proving us right. That's the magic of N1. It's so simple. However, I got a little bit of we're going to look at Ethereum. And sometimes let's just see, do we need to, I can tell you this new TV I got and this new internet high speed is really some lovely thing. Just got a original we're looking at here. So why don't we look at a trading view of original? I don't know. So Bitcoin had a little bit of a drop week. No, I mean, now we're looking at Ethereum, I'm sorry. But nevertheless, you can see more or less Ethereum the same, as we know, the same trend. But let's just go back here. If we look at the volume here, look at the volume. Look at Ethereum volume. And let's go in and look at the weekly. Completely contrary. It's a contradiction almost, right? Look at this Bitcoin. Boom, 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 boom. And if we look at Ethereum on a weekly, it looks different. Now, what does that have to say? That's important. You see, it's also kind of interesting, right? That the volume is taking off with Ethereum. It's increasing with Bitcoin, but nevertheless, if you look at the patterns, they're the same. What a bunch of monkey business. We need to investigate that further. Anyway, I think we get the drift. What we are looking forward to or looking out for, and I still believe that. Let's go in here. And let me just see, can you see me? Yeah, you can. So when Goldman Sachs is saying 12,000, now let's make those, where's my purple line? I think it deserves a purple line. Let's make it a yellow today because it is Goldman Sachs that are saying that we're going to see 12,000, right? So it is, I actually can tell you that this report that we got, let's put it at 12,100. And yeah, there we go. I don't know if I really got it there. It's important because, you know, there are some people, they say, you know, I don't know how this goes. Seeing is believing or whatever, you know. All I can say now is when Simon says, Goldman Sachs says 12,000, well, that's probably going to see. And you're going to see everybody, every YouTuber now is going to come out and say, oh, yeah, we're going to see 12,000. I always knew it. That's how I see it. So now we put it at 12,000. Yeah, okay, very good. We put it at 12,500, right? So we still got space to go down. Anyway, I think enough of that. I want to go in and I want to say hello to those lovely, sexy looking people in the chit chat. And let me see if anybody's there. If anybody's in the mood for chitting and chatting. I feel like all I've been doing has been chitting and chatting. Oh, on. And here they are. Well, yeah, but we gotta talk to Cherry. We gotta talk to Cherry about this hand thing, right? Cutting me out. The problem is that Cherry, she doesn't have time to be here. You know, she likes NSC, let's say friends, so much. So she spends most of her time down in the titty bar at the Pink Flamingo, just around the corner from Kakadu, just in case you didn't know. You wanna go. So Cherry, we gotta talk a word with her. Let's see who is here. Michael, I'm so happy to see you. Raymond, we're gonna get in and do some questions in the end. Then, how are you doing, my good friend? Crypto Charlie. Now don't say hi to Betty, say hi to me. Thomas, how are you doing? Like always, market manipulation. Market manipulation from the right side, from the left side, and from the back side. Hey, how are you doing? Good to see you. My sweetheart, my sweetheart Sandra, how are you doing? It's so good to see you. You are one lovely, lovely individual. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I thank you always for commenting. Really, lots of love. I'm trying to see if I can find the heart, but we don't have it here in this. But thank you so much, Sandra. Saeed, how are you doing, my man? Chit chat is always good. What do you think, chaotic rage? Fear, what is it for? It's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And it is true. And I want to come into what chaotic rage is saying. That is such an important thing before we continue with the chit chat. It is so important what chaotic rage is saying. I'm going to tell you a little secret. Yesterday we were talking about, and this is important. Yesterday we made a video where we were talking about Ethereum. Actually, the thing that I was talking about was from, you know, I like consensus, right? You know, because I believe consensus is basically going to be the software shop of the future of finance. I mean, they're basically, I believe that, you know, Joseph Lubin, right? One of the co-founder of Ethereum. So I was talking about the consensus article, and there's one very interesting point what they're talking about, and this has to do what chaotic rage is saying here is that Ethereum merged with proof of stake you know, what is it they're saying? What Ethereum basically is, it is going to be the application layer for the future of finance. That's what it's going to be. That is what it's going to be. It's going to be the application layer for the future of finance. I mean, of finance, not finance. So I fully think, and this is what I really wanted to take out of that. I bought Ethereum at $8, right? Unfortunately, I sold it at 11 and I bought back in at 21, but that's still a long time ahead. If you would have bought, I mean, when I bought it at 8 and I sold, and you know, then sold it at 11 and then bought back at 21 or whatever it was. I mean, and then when we had the bear cycle that we had from 2017 until 2020, I was like, is it really gonna come back? Is it really gonna come back? Is it really gonna come back? And there was a lot of fear and uncertainty and doubt. I can tell you one thing. God damn it. The future of finance has been built right in front of our eyes. Oh, yeah, we're gonna continue a little bit. So what do you think, Said? You got those coins in the back pocket? I mean, I love you. And Karma, hello, number one. You're number one. Don't forget that. I am no one. Good to see you, Harvey. I missed you. I missed all of you. So when I say I missed you, it is really, really the truth. So what else? Let's just see. We will, in the end, Raymond, I will talk about Glamour at 50 cents, and we will talk about KSM sub $40. Of course, we're going to talk about that because I'm a big believer in the Polkadot ecosystem. What do you say, Uma? Let me know what all of you think. Anyway, let's move on to what we were supposed to talk about today. And I'm going to do it a little bit like, you know, freestyle. So I wanted just to point out here. So I just went into Google, which is actually something that I kind of like. You put in Google and you put Goldman Sachs BTC 12,000 and look who pops up there. Sexy looking. Look at that. It's been a while since I could recommend it anywhere. So this could actually, I mean, this is just lovely that I'm right there. Anyway, so I took out just the 3 top first, you know, articles that, or not that first, you know, 3 different ones that Google present when it comes to Goldman Sachs. So the first one is obviously from Cointelegraph. Goldman Sachs overall bearish outlook puts Bitcoin at risk of crashing 12,000. I mean, this is a prophecy. It's a prophecy. We got Nostradamus in the house, right? I mean, I don't really have anything more to say than this. So we got here a series of macro warnings from the Goldman Sachs camp put Bitcoin BTCs. I mean, I don't even need to read this. I don't really need to read this piece of shit, because this is what pigeons read. And this is what they want us to believe. So it will go down. It is so simple sometimes. So what else do we have here? Crypto crash. Bitcoin heading to 12. Of course, it's the same, you know, this is just from Crypto Newsflash. Maybe a little bit of different layout, but here's when bull market will return. Now that is a little bit more interesting, right? Because that is ultimately what we want to know. So Goldman Sachs warned a crash of 12,000. Analyst says BTC could struggle to break above. Yeah. Okay, Goldman Sachs has warned 12. We want to know the implication of the Fed and all this nonsense, all a circus. We will, of course, you know me, we will go in and we will dissect all of these, you know, I wouldn't even call when the Federal Reserve, they come out and talk. That's monopoly news. Geopolitical news actually do have an impact, even though they're also being, you know, presented so from each country the way we need them. But let's see here, warning, what let's go down. What are they saying? When... Did I just oversee it? What are they saying? When is the bottom? When is the bottom? So Bitcoin enters the bottom phase, expecting targets between 18 to 25 to March 25. The bottom is being formed. I will keep accumulating that. Now that's real technical analysis. Look at all this. Well, overly BTC has positive connect. Yeah, that is true though. That is true. BTC has a you know, I don't know if I would call it a positive connection. I would call it a high correlation to the US stock market. And this is an indication, that angle regarding a potential risk, because if we're going to see the global economy go to hell, then of course we will see some trouble there. Okay. Anyway, we had this one. I thought I had another one here. No, so this one is from Tama, but it's very much, we can see, copied from Cointelegraph, and then we got it here. I don't want to talk much more about it because there's not so much that we can really point out. It is, you see, all this is fluff. This is fluff, right? But I would like to point out, and as you know, and then we're almost finished, you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for these sexy looking fellas that we have right here. Let me see if I can find them. Did I take him away? I did. Not the printer. No, you gotta watch out for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Let's just go here. Shanghai. That's what you really gotta watch out for. Because this is going to play a vital role. And I also just want to show you a few, let's just go through some few images, right? I mean, you know, this is going to play a bigger, more vital role affecting the future of any kind of old school traditional finance, or when it comes to the future of finance. All these fine fellas, right? We got China right next to Putin. Out on the left, don't underestimate India. And you know, there's a lot of talk, and just to touch up on this, there's a lot of talk that India might not, you know, like Russia and so much. But you know what I can tell you? India, they have increased their imports of oil, of natural gas, I don't know by how many percent. So that's all, you know, that is business, but that's, you know, they're soul brothers. But furthermore, very soon, India and Russia are going to space together. So it's going to be the old fart rocket from Russia, the Gagarin. But however, it's going to be first time they're going to put not a Chinaman, but an Indian man in space. So India is sending an Indian man to Russia to go to space. Now, I don't really know what they're looking for up there, but one thing I can tell you, the media is going to, I mean, let's say it has a lot of value, right? Because only soul brothers, just like Shahid and myself, go to space. Anyway, guys, that's all I got to say about today. Yeah, the show is in kind of over. I do want to take a few questions. I want to, you know, talk to you, and I want to talk a little bit about myself. So, so yeah, in terms of the news, we got to keep it up. Let me know, Money Man. Your predictions always on point. I know that, and I don't even understand why. You know, there was times. There's no Bahama Mama today, so it's just springboarder. But tomorrow there might be a Bahama Mama, you know, in the right corner waiting for me. Why am I always right on point? You know, in the beginning I was trying to convince all of you that I'm right on point. And now I think we got that, and I'm blessed. I've, you know, made a lot of coins for Kitty, for the right pocket, left pocket, and back pocket. But in the end of the day, this channel is really, truly that you and I, we share these moments together. And I really hope that I can share my past experience with you guys. That's really what this is all about. Minus running, I can always sell my GPUs and just buy more coins, Chaotic Rage says. I think, Chaotic Rage, I do have another question for all of you. You know, right, the Ethereum merge was supposed to be, you know, I know we're going green and all them lovely things, right? Going very green. That's why we don't need the miners anymore. But it also implicates that we are way more centralized, right? Because it's much harder to set up mining rings just because you would need the space and the GPUs, and it would be easier to track who would just all of a sudden buy 1 million GPUs. Whereas with proof of stake, it's very easy just to set up, I don't know, 1,000 different wallets and put in 32 ETH there, and off we go. So I don't really see the merge as through decentralization, but I think that we all know that DeFi, you know, DeFi got sold to us just like it does in Congress when they pass a new bill, which is called, we're going to make you rich again, right? And then when you read through those 1,000 pages, all America is doing is sending money right, left, and center, and they ain't making you rich. So we got to get used to that. What we read, we have to adapt to the opposite. So let me just see here. Marshall is in the house. How are you doing? Good to see you. I also have to see here. I know. I promised that we were talking about Glamour. Glamour's up 50% and KSM. When it comes to Polkadot ecosystem, I am so convinced about that ecosystem. But I do want to prepare a little bit more, so I got some news, some real facts for you. Now, I tend to believe that looking at, the Akala, the AUSD that is currently trading around 80 cents, this is highly risky, but I am converting a lot of stable coins like USDC, BUSD into the AUSD in the hope. I do think it's going to go back to pair. I just have that feeling that the Polkadot ecosystem is very much in line with what Klaus Schwab, the World Economic Forum, are seeing for the future of finance. And therefore, I think there's a little birdie that told me we might see 100 par again. Guys, yeah, so Money Man, we're a small community, but doing better than BitBoy's community. More money in our pocket. I mean, I haven't watched, I'm so happy you said that. I haven't watched BitBoy for a while, though. But I gotta say, BitBoy, he's an optimist, right? He's not so much of a realist. And, we will also see that many people, they live in an alternate reality. But one thing that I do love about BitBoy, he never gives up. Consistent, much more consistent than I am. So we got my hats off to BitBoy. But we are a small community. I'm so happy you're here. I love you. And you know what? I don't even need it to be bigger. I have earned since I started YouTube, believe it or not. What is it that we have calculated? For now, I've been doing this 2 years, first with the other channel, and we've been uploading, I don't know, close to 800-900 videos. And I think we make around, what have we got? I don't know, a few dollars a day. So it's really not for the money. Never will I do what I want to make money on this. I live because of you. I mean, you make me happy. You make me... For every prediction or everything I say that comes true is not because I want to, put this #1 t-shirt on. It's just because I love this little community. So that's it. The last thing is today, don't quit. I said I wanted to talk a little bit personal, but I don't know. I think I spoke a lot. All I can say is I've moved to NSC. I got fucked by the courts. Before I actually had 50-50 to see my kids. Now I can see them 16 hours a month. However, we know we don't quit, right? We don't give up. And I got myself a good team. So it's going to be another part of the future live streams that rolled back my children. Because I know, and you know, and the good Lord himself knows too, if he exists. A father needs his children, and the children need their father. That's all I got to say that. Don't forget, love yourself first. Only if you love yourself first, you can love the people around you and they can love you back. And we don't quit. Love you and see you tomorrow.
When you feel like quitting, remember all of those who said you'd fail. When you feel like giving up, remember why you started. When you feel like quitting, remember what you're doing it all for. When you feel like quitting, remember, pain is temporary and greatness lasts forever.
When you feel like quitting, remember that the pain you feel today will be replaced with the strength you need tomorrow. Remember that every ounce of pain you feel is building a stronger you, a stronger body, a stronger mind, and a stronger character. So push through the pain. Don't let it stop you. Force it to grow you.
Don't back down from the pain. Face it. Feel no pain. There is no pain. That painful last rip, that's nothing. Give me more. Push harder.
Too tired, too hard, too busy, too early, too stressed. No excuses. Too tired. No excuses. Too hard. No excuses. Too busy. No excuses. Too early. no excuses. Too stressed, no excuses. When I feel like quitting, I remember there's too many people I need to prove wrong. When I feel like quitting, I remember I have too much to fight for. I will not quit.
Sleep ins, they're for grandmas. I'm up, I'm ready to go. Quitting, that's for those who have no heart. I do not quit. Your greatest physique, your greatest health, your greatest strength, it doesn't come with average effort. If you want average results, keep showing up and giving average effort. If you want to be at your best, you will have to give your best effort. Make an oath to yourself that you will not walk out of any training session, any game, anything without giving 110% of your soul. Whatever you think is your limit, push past it. Whatever you think is your max, see if you can get 10% more out. Results don't lie. It all comes down to one simple question. How bad do you want it? And when you feel like quitting, give me 10 more.
Nothing great is going to come if you quit. I know it's hard. I know you are tired. I know it seems impossible, but you must keep going. Stick it out and get your reward.